What's up, YouTube? So, today's topic, I'm going to talk about the reasons why I don't take life personally and the reasons why I don't like. The thing with me is that, like, I take life very seriously, but I don't take it personal. I'm going to talk about the reasons why I don't, again, I don't take life personally. I don't take life, as I can see through the bullshit of life pretty much. The reasons why, like, it's so easy for me to develop a strong work ethic and the reasons why it's so easy for me to kind of like just stay focused. Like I know what it's like to have a strong work ethic. I know what it's like to be disciplined. You know what I'm saying? I've gotten compliments from people. I've gotten noticed. I've achieved some things by being disciplined. The only thing I struggle with is attracting the right types of people who are on my level and money. That's pretty much my problem due to blockages based on what I've learned from other people. The reason why I'm struggling with like attracting money and being around like-minded people who are at my level is because I have a lot of blockages and trauma because of other people, and more than likely, no, it's not a guarantee, but more than likely from past life karma, and now I gotta try to heal from that shit, or I gotta deal with other people's bullshit ass karma. So now I gotta be in this lifetime to try to overcome other people's bullshit karma, like family members, and there's other shit, so I can go through what the collective is going through, so I can understand what the collective is going through, so I could heal from all the bullshit most people go through. That's not even my fault, so I can know what they're coming from, so I can heal and overcome that shit. So in return, I can help other people, or it could be through any situations. Not just with that, I could be wrong, but so let's get to it. And I feel like a lot of people experience this shit to a certain extent as well. So I'm not saying I'm the only one. A lot of people experience this shit. But so when it comes to life, when it comes to like experiencing certain shit, we all go through different things from a collective scale, if that makes sense. All for the sole purpose of evolving, overcoming, and experiencing all this dumb shit, right? But usually people who are bored with life, and I've learned these, and shout out to Chauncey One and a lot of other YouTube channels as well. They mentioned that like when you're constantly bored or not satisfied with life, is like because you reincarnated here in so many times. Shout out to Chauncey One. I mean I wish he's got to make it live, man. I got a lot of I don't talk to him so bad, but it's true though. So like um for me, especially as I'm getting older, it's like it's so hard for me to take life personally. Even though I do get pissed off, I even make a lot of videos on how much I hate people, because people, in my opinion, I don't view people as smart people. I view a lot of people as a bunch of fucking idiots. The only people I respect and view at a high level is the people I follow on YouTube, like Chauncey One, New Mindframe, and and others as well. But they're also most people I don't respect and I look at as fucking retarded is people I'm forced to be around with in real life. But when it comes to people I come across online, these are people I kind of respect, and I kind of not kind of I respect them, and I know they're at my wavelength and shit. But the people I meet in real life, most people, they're just fucking retarded. Um, and they show me based on their actions and the things they've done that they are fucking retarded. You know what I'm saying? But this video is gonna be about the reasons why I don't take life personally. So let's get to it. So one is money control. So like throughout life, as we're going about life and shit, everything is controlled, everything is restricted, right? Because of money. So we can't really do things we want. We can't, we're not really free. So it's like you can't travel around the world, you can't meet different types of people, you can't buy the things you want, you can't even have your own place, you can't have freedom without money. And in order for you to get money, most people, I'm not saying everyone, but most people, they have to work at a job they don't want to be in, or they rather not be in, or they're forced to do things they rather not do, just so they can make money and hope so one day they can retire, or so they can build financial wealth the shortest time possible, just so in hopes they could get the things they want, so they can have some type of financial freedom, so they could pursue the things they enjoy doing. You know what I'm saying? Or like money has a lot of control. The reason why there's so much chaos and conflicts in this world is because of money. People can't really like, you really have no power without money, and the less money you have, the less freedom you have. A lot of people do things they don't want to do because of money. a lot of people are forced to put themselves into situations they don't want to be in because of money. People die over money. People go to jail over money. People sacrifice their lives over money. There's a lot of world wars and battles goes on because of money. So money has a lot of control and influence for people, and in my opinion, that's very dangerous. And in my opinion, it just shows how evil and how sick this realm is. Just the fact that we, as humans, we experience and we're put into a situation to where us and the entire collective is heavily influenced and controlled by a fucking piece of paper that we have no control over. And we do have control over, like, if we refuse to participate in a system, we could do that, but it's gonna cause us a lot of problems. It's gonna make our life a lot more stressful and a lot more bullshit than it already is because of money. Life is stressful. Life, we're not living, we're surviving. Just the fact that, see, me, it's different for me because since I'm in the military, so like I pretty much get a guaranteed paycheck. But like people who aren't in the military, like people who don't like get like government pay, is like they have to work for their money hourly. So, and me, I know what it's like because before I enlisted, I used to work at these jobs where like I was getting paid hourly, right? So I know I worked at a lot of mall jobs. I worked at a lot of jobs where like I get paid hourly. So the more hours you work, the more money you get. So you have to sacrifice your free time just to work at these jobs. And the more time you sacrifice, and that's how much you gotta fucking make money, right? So, and some people love what they do, which I feel like is a blessing if you love what you do. But at the same time, people really shouldn't put so much like we're being overworked. If we're gonna be overworked like that, at least pay the collective a lot of money if they're being overworked. People like, you know what I'm saying? This is weird, man. It's extremely weird. Like a lot of these workplaces were being overworked and underpaid. And as a human being, as me observing this shit, is like, why would I take life personally? Take life seriously so where I could achieve great things. So once I die or once I'm in my deathbed, I could look back and be like, hey, at least I tried, or hey, at least I pursued the things I enjoyed doing. At least I made an attempt to bring some knowledge or some wisdom to help better this society and help better this fucking world, right? So, and just the fact that and you don't have to be successful or at doing it, but at least you attempted to do it. In my opinion, if you at least attempted to follow your heart, follow your passions, and take risks, even if you didn't get the outcome you wanted, but you did an attempt and took action. In my opinion, that's one hell of a life right there, because we don't have control if how much money we make. We don't have control if we're gonna be free or not. We don't have control like we could travel around the world or meet different types of people or live our ideal lives. We can't do that because of money. A lot of people, we live in fear. We live in so much limitations because of money. And this is my opinion. I could be wrong. You don't have to agree with what I'm saying, but this is my opinion. This is how I observe life, right? My perspective might change a couple years or even months from now, but this is how I perceive things as of right now, based on my own experiences, my own observations, and my own conclusions and theories and shit, right? But um but yeah, it's just like why would I take life personally if yes, I could work harder, I could work smarter, I could do different things, I could do a lot of healing work and healing practices, and so I could maybe put myself in a better position to make more money and to do what I love, to be in the right alignment and stuff like that. But in my opinion, it's not guaranteed. So why would I take life personally? And even if I were to make it out, even if I were to be extremely successful and live the type of life I want to live and make unlimited amounts of money where I have a lot of financial freedom, just the fact that I had to experience the first half of my life. I'm 25, but I experienced just like a lot of people, like in my first half of my life, where I experienced so much bullshit and restrictions, where I'm forced to be around just annoying ass people, and like there were times where like I'm constantly in a state of stress and survival mode, where if I'm making enough money or if I'm gonna get by the next day, or so much fear and stress regarding finances and shit like that, right? To where I can't even fucking travel or meet different types of people because of money, and I was forced to be around abusive situations because of money, like being stuck in a toxic household where I can't get out of my situation because I didn't have enough money. I wasn't making enough money to buy my own car to get out of my situation, right? But just the fact and a lot more, these are just minor examples, but just the fact that I had to experience shit like that, You know what I'm saying? Just the fact that I had to experience shit like that, I'm still pissed off by that, and I'll never look at life at a good light. I look at, or at least this realm. I don't look at this realm as, I look at this realm as a piece of shit, just like most people. So like, I don't know where I'm getting at, but I forgot what I was gonna say. But still though, even if I were to make it out, it's like I still feel like I still don't take life personally. Just the fact that I experienced all this shit. I'm still gonna go hard at life. I'm still gonna, don't get me wrong, I'm still gonna live life to my fullest potential. I feel like when you're living life, you're supposed to live life to the full, to your fullest potential. You know, I feel like in life we're all born with great talents, God given gifts and abilities that we need to share to the world. That what makes us amazing and unique. We all have gifts. We all have special talents. This world needs. There's even a saying: every human being, we're all like puzzle pieces to each other. Like the things I need help with, someone else has the answers to, and vice versa. Someone what they need help with, I have the answers to. So we're all like a helping hand towards each other. So we're all unique. We're all meant for great things. We all have a really special purpose in this life. You know what I'm saying? But we're just put in a fucked up situation to where we're very limited. But it is why it's always important to showcase your talents and your potential in unique, different ways and shit. At least do that, because I feel like that's, we don't have control. We don't have free will when it comes to like finances and money and how we navigate around this world. But we do have, in my opinion, the free will to express our creative abilities and our God given gifts in a unique way. It just takes a lot of courage and to get rid of your insecurities and blockages and trauma and all the other shit. You know what I'm saying? But even then, I feel like some people get punished or they try to get stopped, or some people even die by showcasing their talents and God given gifts. You know what I'm saying? So it gets complicated, but still, at least make an attempt. It's good to die. Like, it's good to get assassinated by you showcasing your God given gifts and your talents than to, like, not showcase your talents and to live a full life, in my opinion, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? There's a saying, I forgot what it's saying, but I would, it ended with die trying. I'd rather do something than die trying. I don't know. It's a saying like that, but yeah, but that's the reason why I don't take life as personal. It's because of money control. You could be the most intelligent, most handsome, most hardworking male, right? But you can't even attract a fucking female if you're lacking in finances, in my opinion. Because if you're lacking in finances, you can't buy a car, right? How the fuck are you supposed to meet a female if you don't have a car? Or not only that, even if you do have a car, you can't maintain a female because you constantly got to take her out on dates. You got to fucking travel, and especially if you have a family, eventually y'all gonna divorce or y'all gonna break up or some shit like that because of finances. Most divorces in broken family households, not the main reason, but one of the reasons why it happens because of fucking finances. You know what I'm saying? So it's bullshit, man. Fucking bullshit. This is how it is, though. A piece of paper that controls fucking society and this whole fucking goddamn world. And it's not even our fault, because as babies, we're born into this fucking situation to where, like, we don't know what the fuck is going on. These schools aren't teaching us shit that was going on around the world. I had to do a lot of research through YouTube and through my intuition and through my life purpose to figure out why life is the way it is. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still trying to figure this shit out. There's a lot of answers we don't have answers to because there's a lot of things that's being kept. And these school systems aren't teaching us jack shit. The only teachers had to be part of this system. And even then, these schools, they still do a poor job of doing that. Because they don't even teach us how to be they don't teach us how to make a resume or how to fucking like be prepared for these jobs. All they teach us is fucking learning your ABCs, learning how to count numbers, learning how to read a fucking book, and learning the fucking English language. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? It's bullshit. They give us all this unnecessary stress and to these fucking students and shit. Well, guess what? Now the timeline we're in, since time is speeding up, that's just not going to affect people as much anymore. I'm not sure how these school systems are in this timeline, but I'm sure as hell, I know for a fact it's pretty fucking stressful. Putting these kids all these bullshit ass assignment homeworks and shit like that, and until you got time speeding up, makes me that bullshit, man. The only reason why I enjoyed school was because of sports. You know what I'm saying? But that's pretty much it. I had no real interest in people. Just the only things I enjoyed in school was females and sports. That's it. Missed me that other bullshit. High schools and these middle schools, they made me hate fucking learning, and they made me despise learning and education. Once I actually took the time to self-educate, after high school, once I was like discovering myself, learning more about myself, I was learning about a lot of pursuing my passions when it comes to spirituality and doing a lot of research, it made me fall in love with education and learning. And that's when I realized, no, I'm not defined by my grades. I'm not defined by how school defines me by my intelligence, but what I'm defined after high school, what I've learned is that like I have unique gifts and talents that I enjoy doing, and nothing could take that away from me. Not a fucking grade, not a fucking school. I consider myself, and everyone is also, we're all intelligent, we're all smart. Shout out to Chauncey when he mentioned we are all knowing. We are all knowing. We just gotta tap in and shit. I love learning, I love educating myself. Everyone does. It's part of life. But school denies that shit, or school it eliminates that shit. It eliminates the human mind and the human thinking, because in these school systems, these bullshit ass school systems, where it scams the fuck out of us, especially in these colleges. They teach every single student a certain way. Everyone's unique. We all learn different ways and shit, and they're forced to make us learn bullshit, and they give us a certain date or timeline to finish that shit up to get a specific fucking grade. You know what I'm saying? Bullshit. It causes all that unnecessary stress. But I don't know. I'm not. It is important to learn your math, to read and write and fucking grammar and speak and all this other shit. But how school does it, they do it in such an unnecessary, inconvenient way where like they put a lot of fear, stress, and they waste a lot of people's time by throwing that shit, or how they teach it. School is no different than this matrix. They follow orders, and they don't understand the human mind or human psychology, and they force shit onto people that they don't want to do, and all they do is follow a fucking script, and they wonder why people hate school so much. Don't get me started with these colleges where now you got to pay for bullshit. A lot of money too. All this shit you learn in college, you could learn that shit on YouTube, and they charge you a lot of amounts of money that's unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? So what the fuck? So, but that's one of the reasons why I don't take life as personal. But also like and all these videos is my opinion. So you ain't gotta really like agree in. So if you're into college, if you're into high school, then congrats to you, because that's your purpose. Me, I personally go to college, or I am attempting to go to college again, like at least online, but only because I'm bored, and only so it's for my career purposes. In order for me to progress in my career, I have to go to college and shit like that. But I just do it because I just love learning about shit. But I'm not saying college is like, I don't know, man. I'm just like college. I'm aware college is bullshit. College don't teach us shit. It's outdated. But I just do it because I just take it because I'm bored. You know what I'm saying? And even then, it's part of my career pretty much. I'm supposed to, in order for me to progress, to get promotion points, I have to take college classes, whatever the fuck, man. It is what it is though. And I'm bored too. I get bored easily, so even though I know it's bullshit, I still do it. So you know what I'm saying? It is what it is though. But I don't have a real major, to be honest. I just pick whatever the fuck I feel like taking. But it's always good to plan out what the fuck you want out of life. But yeah. But so that's the reasons why I don't take life as personal. You know what I'm saying? Also, I don't take life as personal because of the people. So all my life is like I be observing people, and they cause nothing but stress, drama, and chaos. Me, I love being alone. I rather distance myself from people, but I'm still a human, so I crave connections. I still crave being around like-minded people. The only times I'll meet like-minded people is through the internet. But when it comes to most people in person, I'm not saying everyone's like this, but most people is like I don't vibe with them, or they always bring some type of chaos or confusion or some type of bullshit into my life. Like I've cussed people out. I set boundaries with people. I defend myself because for some reason God or spirit or life, they always tend to attract shitty, stupid ass people into my life. And as I'm studying about narcissism and chosen ones in these spiritual channels, I came to the conclusion that the reason, not the main reason, but one of the reasons why I'm attracting a lot of stupid ass people into my life in person is so I'm meant to be put into their lives so I can kind of heal them, or I can help guide them in some way because they're heading to the wrong path. So now I got to show up to their lives and give them like an example of how to change their lives for the better, or show them what unconditional love, or just some shit like that. Not one of the main reasons, but could be. You know what I'm saying? But more so, but also people, shitty people are put into my lives, and so I could learn from them as well when it comes to setting boundaries. With these people, maybe life's trying to teach me of who I do not want to become. Since I'm around these people and I'm observing them, and I see how shitty they are, how fucking stupid and retarded they are, how like they don't see life from a higher perspective, or it's based on their actions or how they treat people or the emotional intelligence is so low. And maybe life is trying to teach me like these are the examples of who I don't want to become. So I must do the healing work so I cannot become these types of fucking people. You know what I'm saying? So it makes sense, and it makes sense why I'm always usually alone or away from people, because I've noticed there's a pattern whenever I meet people, they tend to be removed from my life when it comes to past exes, when it comes to like um, co-workers and work situations and friends and even family. Like they all gone removed from my life because of how shitty they are and how much conflicts we're in. Life always finds a way to get these people the fuck out of my life, right? And I always end up having to do the healing work so I can release trauma based on what they've done. And once I overcome that, I'm able to become a better version of myself. And more than likely, these same people stay the same, still do the same bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So like, and like with these people, I always like people, they've done nothing but cause a lot of trauma, a lot of stress. They stolen money from me. They've they fucking like lay their hands on me. They've mentally verbally abused me and shit like that. So like when it comes to family, friends, coworkers, shit like that. So I've been through hell dealing with mentally retarded, disabled people, right? So I've learned a lot from these people. These are examples of who I don't want to become, but more so I feel like these people, I feel like God or life, universe, or God or spirit, maybe they put these people into my life so they could test these people of how they would react towards me. And since they all failed that shit, more than likely they probably get hit with karma the most. You know what I'm saying? Because people who are very spiritual, people who have like a certain energy about them, I could be wrong, but they tend to have a lot of influence when it comes to like when it comes to energies and shit. So when these people get done wrong, people like me and other people who are on a spiritual path, when they get done wrong, these same people who do them wrong, they probably get hit karma with the heaviest, or they'll get exposed in some way. Because there are times where I've dealt with a lot of like people who underhand me, people who are very manipulative. I always end up exposing them in some way to the public. You know what I'm saying? Even if it doesn't work in my favor, I always still expose them. When it comes to family members, when it comes to coworkers and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I always expose them. And whenever I book a tarot reading, she'll mention that like these same people that I've exposed, they'll also do the same shit towards other people. So not only I'm not alone, but I'm probably the only person who exposed these motherfuckers to the public and shit. You know what I'm saying? So in my videos when I talk about how much I hate people, how much I despise most people, how I view them as fucking retarded, it's for a reason. I'm not just saying that just so I could talk my shit, just so I could get an ego boost. No, I really mean what the fuck I say. And I'm aware a lot of people aren't like this. It's just some people, not everyone. So if you know me in real life, more than likely, I'm not talking about you. I'm just talking about some people, not everyone. But I've come across a lot of stupid ass people into my life to where like I had to cut them off, cuss them out, defend myself, set boundaries, or just some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Where they always add some bullshit into my life. This is why I'm very selective when it comes to people like that. Or I'll just observe them from a distance, or I'll act a certain way towards these people. You know what I'm saying? So, and I understand like no one's perfect. So like I'm not saying like I expect you to do this and that. Like, I'm not trying to be a hypocrite. I understand everyone's not perfect. We all have flaws. We all do things by accident. We all do things we're not proud of. We all do things by accident. Like, we all hurt people by accident. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about people who, like, were just so fucking toxic. Where, like, I'm forced to cut these motherfuckers off. That's who I'm talking about. Because they cause so much drama in life and shit. Not just with me, but with other people. But me, I'm such a less tolerable person. The only problems I have is I tend to give people a lot of chances. I have an open heart, and I like boundaries and shit like that. So I am in the process of learning how to set firm boundaries and learning how to defend myself, learning how to say no to people, because people are just so fucking weird. One of my problems is that like I think that a lot of people, I used to think that people have the same heart. People will look at things as I do, right? And people have the same innocence, or people have the same mindset as me. But as I'm getting older, the more I'm being exposed to different types of people, what I realize that like a lot of people don't think like me. A lot of people aren't at the same wavelength as me. A lot of people don't have the same heart space as me. So a lot of people, they don't have morals, they don't have integrity, they don't fucking try to do the right thing. They don't try to better themselves. They don't try to think outside the box. They don't try to like want more out of life. They like to stay stagnant. They like to be stuck in a karmic cycle, in a karmic loop of bullshit and drama, and now they want to know why their lives are so shit. It's because of their mindset and their refusal to change, and their lack of belief within themselves, their lack of courage for them to heal. And And since people are like that, I always gotta remind myself that like you can't really. It's okay to set boundaries with people. It's okay to say no to people. It's okay to cut people off. It's okay to stay true to myself. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm still trying to learn how to be more like I'm trying to learn how to have a sense of identity. I struggle with my sense of identity. I tend to be all over the place and shit like that. So I'm trying to learn more based on my upbringing because I've been around family members who didn't really teach me jack shit. They weren't really there for me, or even they were. Even if they did the best. They weren't evil people. They took care of me and shit like that. I had a good house and shelter, but they just have a lot of mental issues. You know what I'm saying? And it got worse as I'm getting older, especially when I'm around these people where I'm forced to cut these people off. It got worse and they got violent. So I'm like, fuck them, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know, I'm all over the place. It's a lot to explain, but I'm not saying I'm all annoying or this and that, but there's a reason why I make YouTube videos talking about people. There's a whole backstory behind it and how much people piss me off, man. But I'm not a hateful person either. Even though I rant a lot about shit like this, I'm actually a very cool person in real life. Like, you know, I'm very chill, you know. But yeah. So that's why I don't take life as personal. Just people like that, you know what I'm saying. But it's always important to find like-minded people, and if you're able to find people who are in the same wavelength as you, don't take them for granted. But another reason why I don't take life as personal is because like, oh man, this is gonna be a long video. I'm not sure if I should continue. This might be a really long video, but I don't have the energy to make this like a longer video. So I might cut it short. I might make it part two, but the reason why I don't take life as personal is because life is short. Life is extremely short. So like, the average human being passes away when they're like 80, when they're like 90, when they're like 100 years old. So like, why would I take life personal when like life is short? Even though there's a lot of bullshit we experience in this life, there's a lot of stupid ass people. We're being controlled. We live in a corrupt world. Paper controls us. Life is still, even though all this bullshit and that pissed me off. So like, why take life personal? But not only that, but like, life is short. You know what I'm saying? As we get older, our nice and healthy skin, our in shape body, all that's gonna decay, and we get uglier and shit like that. I don't want to be wrinkly. I don't want to look uglier. I don't want to get older. I don't want to get older. I don't mind leaving this realm, but I don't want to look ugly while doing it. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's the reason why I don't take life personal. You know, and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So like, life is short. The average person passes away when they're like 50 or like 80 and 90 years old. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But yeah. But another reason why I don't, and not only that, but like, I I'm I'm into spirituality. I have a lot of belief systems. I'm very open minded, so I personally believe there's other lives. There's other like life forms. There's other realms and experiences you can experience once you pass away from this human experience. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the reasons why I don't take life as personal because, you know, there's a possibility of like us living in different timelines or us living or having different experiences and being in different bodies when it comes to the afterlife. I believe there's afterlife and shit like that. And I've heard so many theories when it comes to afterlife. I've heard like you actually have like if you're always around people where you don't feel connected to, or if you're around very disrespectful family members, I've heard theories where like you actually have a real fucking soul family in the afterlife, and there's a lot of them. So if you don't feel connected towards your family or towards other people, well, good news that like in the afterlife you can meet like there's actually like-minded people who are actually your real true soul family in the afterlife. So that's one of the things to look forward to. So me like, and there's a lot of other things as well. So like me, I don't take like personal. Like I always seem, even though I go through bullshit and I get pissed, it's like I still find a way to keep myself composed because knowing that like all this shit is temporary. All this shit like I view life as like a business. I don't view life as like a fucking personal thing. I view life as a business. When it comes to business, sometimes you gotta, or all the time when it comes to business, you gotta do things not because of you as a person, but because it's a fucking business. Things has to run the way it is. So that's how I view life. When you're trying to clear out karma, when you're going through experiences that you don't like, just view it life as a business. So I'm using my life for example. Me, I'm not around like-minded people. I never been in a romantic relationship, or I never been in like loving people who are on my wavelength. And not only that, I don't have financial freedom, right? So I don't take it personal. It is annoying. It does piss me off so much, but I look at that shit as like a business, meaning that like, okay, more than likely, since I'm experiencing that shit, more than likely, I'm I'm experiencing past life karma, or maybe it's part of my soul contract, or it's part of my karma to experience this shit, so I could learn from it and so I could overcome it. But it may take a long ass time due to maybe past life karma, or me experiencing generational curses from my family. So now I gotta experience this shit, or like just me just, or like the more advanced or tougher the spirit is, the more harsher lessons you have to learn. So once I overcome it, I can help the collective. So when I experience shit like this, I don't take that shit personal. It does get annoying, but like I view this shit as like a business, to where like, okay, experience this shit, just go through it, bite the bullet, and then one day, or hopefully one day, it'll be over with. You know what I'm saying? So I can clear that blockage and shit. Easier said than done, but that's how you got to look at life. I'm not saying that's how you have to look at life, but that's how I look at life, and that what gets me through and shit. You know what I'm saying? But um, and obviously gratitude helps as well. So knowing that I can always be put in a worse situation, that helps a lot too. Not saying I'm thankful for my situation with bullshit, but more so I can always be put in a worse situation. So it forced me to not take this shit as personal, or to not trip about it as much. So um, what else? There's a lot of other reasons why I don't take life personal, but I can't think it, and I'm kind of tired and I'm kind of low on energy. But okay, so the reason why I don't take life as personal is because you have time speeding up. So in this timeline we're living in, time has been speeding up extremely fast. So the days go by a lot faster. The days are going by a lot quicker. You know what I'm saying? So it's like me, like I was sleeping yesterday on a Saturday. I woke up Sunday. I ate breakfast, took a shower. I don't know what the fuck I did today, to be honest. And then I slept in bed again, and next thing you know, the day is over, and you know what I'm saying. So it's like, what the fuck is actually going on? So now it's almost Monday and shit like that. So no, it's Sunday. I meant like this weekend went by fast. So it's about to be Monday. It's currently 1 a.m. on a Sunday. So it's like, and on a Sunday today, all I did was woke up, ate breakfast, took a shower, and that's it. So it's like, what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? So it's just, and time hasn't speeded up since 2018, and ever since then, it's been accelerating extremely fast. So why would I take like personally, knowing that like the things I want to get done is damn near impossible because time is speeding up so fucking fast. And shout out to Chauncey One. Chauncey One on his YouTube channel mentioned that like this society and the matrix we're living in is not going to match or blend well with the energies we're experiencing right now. This is where we're having a lot of problems with these 9 to 5 jobs and these work situations and these banks, because time is speeding up. This is why the elites and the government, they're trying to change shit up. Shout out to Chauncey One. He mentioned that. So like, since we're living in a false environment, in a false society, and time speeding up is exposing that, why would I take life personally? So all the goals I'm trying to accomplish and experience, or all the things I'm trying to study because I'm obligated in order for me to get better at the fuck I do, is like, why would I take it personal? You know what I'm saying? So it's so hard for me to be focused at one thing at a time, because with me, is like I see life as such a, like I don't take life like personal. I just don't like, even seriously sometimes, because I could trick my mind, I could convince myself, but at the end of the day, I'm always thinking to myself, man, this is bullshit. All this shit is just a fucking illusion. Yes, it matters, because based on our karma and our life scripts and our life mission and the things we need to get accomplished, if we don't, we'll probably reincarnate and shit like that. I guess that's important, but more so, life is bullshit. You know what I'm saying? The human lifespan is short. The human body is extremely fragile and weak. We have a nervous system, so we feel pain. Time is speeding up. We're being controlled by money. We have no spiritual protection. People get spiritually attacked left and right through the fucking Jezebel spirit. So like, why would I take like personal when all this bullshit happens? You know what I'm saying? Like, if life is going through all this bullshit, why would I take life personally? You know, this is weird, man. But So it is what it is, and we don't have free will as much, especially when it comes to money. So another reason why I don't take life as personal is astrology. Just the fact that we have a lot of Mercury retrogrades, we have a lot of full moons and shit like that. That in itself tells you that like we don't have free will. I feel like astrology controls our nervous system. There's why when you see certain people that they'll act up in certain nights and certain days, it's because of astrology. These full moons we have, not the main reasons. I don't know too much about astrology, but I know for a fact that astrology has a lot of influence within the human body. So, and with these energies, so like it's hard to put into words because it's a lot to explain. So I'm gonna use Mercury retrograde as an example. People tend to act up. People's traumas come to the surface, or a lot of life changing situations happens during the Mercury retrogrades, right? And this shit happens every fucking month or every 2 months or some shit like that. When every time there's a Mercury retrograde, the electronics always fucking act up. The electronics are extremely slow. People always go through fights and drama, and like I'm just observing this shit as I'm experiencing it. And I'm just like, why would I take life personally when astrology has control over our nervous system? You know what I'm saying? So why would the fuck would I take it seriously? And with these full moon cycles, people tend to act up with these full moons and shit. Certain life events and destiny happens because of these full moon cycles and shit like that. And it's like, why would I take life personal? You know what I'm saying? Like for example, we are in a Leo and Venus, or no, Venus and Leo retrograde, and you see people having relationship problems. There's a lot of conflicts, and I can see this shit play out within my environment too. So it's like, why would I take life personally? So astrology kind of exposes life as a fucking script. I view life as a script, as like we're in a video game script, where everything is pre-planned, everything is predestined. Not everything, but but mostly some things are. We do have free will, but only to a little extent, pretty much. But when it comes to the places we work at, the situations we're in, when it comes to family, when it comes to people we keep attracting, all that shit deals with like a lack of free will. All that shit is pre-planned, in my opinion. But that's all I gotta say. And there's a lot more, but it's just too much to explain. I'm tired. And like, comment, subscribe. Have a good one. Peace.